Our visit to Rose and Catherine began in Aqaba in Jordan, from where we motored 60 miles up the Sinai desert to the rose-red city of Petra. The principal entrance to Petra is down a narrow defile, or the Seek as it's called. Whilst most people walk down the Seek, it is possible to go down a horse-drawn buggy if you're brave enough, or even by camel. The city as we know it was established in the 6th century BC by the Nabateans, and they remained in charge until the Romans came in AD 106. The Nabateans were not producers but controllers. They had their hands on the important trade routes of the ancient Near East, of which Petra was one of the most important. On the sides of the Seek are carved tombs and statues and little niches where visitors could leave presents for the Nabateans.
Two books here and two over there.
The suddenness of the view at the end of the Seek, with the majestic monument known as the Pharaoh's Treasury, takes one's breath away. It was cut from the natural rock, starting at the top and working downwards. Local legend says that a vast fortune is concealed within the stone ball that tops the 40-metre high facade. One marvels at the skill of the craftsmen who carved this wonderful place many centuries ago. Because of its sheltered position, it has withstood the ravages of time and is still in immaculate condition. The essence of the rock formation at Petra is its strated sandstone with all the various colours, and this is best illustrated in the internal room. From the treasury, the path turns right and leads downwards past many tombs on both left and right hand sides, and also many caves where the local Nabateans used to live. On the left hand side is the Roman theatre, which was built by the Romans in 106 AD, and in doing so they destroyed many of the earlier tombs. In all of the caves and tombs, again you see the multicoloured strata of the sandstone, giving Petra the name Rose Red City. There are, of course, all the local stalls and little restaurants where you can buy things and have some refreshments on the way down. Another of the very impressive buildings is the Urn Temple, and again this was carved out of the solid sandstone rock. The interior rooms of this temple again show the wondrous colours of the strata of the sandstone rock. You could almost imagine that this had been decorated, but it isn't, it is the natural stone. Much of Petra was destroyed by an earthquake many centuries ago, and a lot of excavations are now being carried out to try to establish exactly what is there. Our return to the treasury coincides with lunchtime, and all the crowds have disappeared, and we can continue our walk back up the Seek to our own lunch break. The second half of our visit began at Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, and from here we journeyed through the Sinai desert to St. Catherine's Monastery. By the 4th century AD, monastic communities settled near the sacred mountain of Gebel Musa, or Mountain of Moses, considered the location where the God of the Book of Exodus revealed himself through the burning bush. Within the confines of the monastery is still the burning bush and the well where Moses is reputedly to have met his future wife. In AD 537, the Emperor Justinian ordered his architect Stephanos to build a fortified enclosure for the monks at the foot of Gebel Musa, and these battlements remain virtually intact. Inside was the Basilica of the Transfiguration, around which the monks could live the communal existence. Inside the basilica, no talking and no photographs are allowed. Over the centuries, the monks have made a priceless collection of over 3,000 manuscripts and over 2,000 icons. In the 14th century, there were as many as 300 monks living in St. Catherine's, but today it is a small community, but it continues its spiritual life much in the same way as its ancestors. Behind the monastery is Mount Sinai, and if you feel so inclined, you can take the pathway and climb up to the mountain in the footsteps of Moses. Within the grounds of the monastery is the charnel house, where all the disinterred remains of the monks are stored. It amazed us that in this wilderness area of sand and mountains there could be two such beautiful places as Petra and St. Catherine's Monastery.